In this video, I'm very excited to share a new feature with you called Custom Views, which is available in Nerdio Manager for Enterprise version 3.0 and newer. The concept behind custom views is to allow the AVD administrator to create a type of view that best represents their workflows, create any number of those views, dedicate and decide which of those views is their default one, and be able to really have a single page to see all sorts of resources across the environment. For example, today, if you are trying to manage multiple host pools across several workspaces, you have to keep jumping back into the workspaces list and going into the workspace you actually want to manage. Then you can see your host pools and manage those host pools from here. And then if you want to switch your workspace, you have to jump back up to workspaces, open up another host workspace, and manage host pools inside. With custom views, you're able to combine similar data on a single page across the environment. Let's take a look at how that works. We're going to start out by going to Settings and Nerdio Environment, and we will see on the bottom left here a new feature called Custom Views, which currently is empty. So we're going to go ahead and create a new custom view. So let's go ahead and select Add. And what you'll notice is that there are three types of custom views. There is a custom view that contains host pool objects, session host objects, and user session. So let's start out with host pools. For example, if I wanted to create a view that showed me all host pools, I would give it a name called all host pools, give it a description, see all host pools across all workspaces. I would select my type as host pool, and then I would choose my visibility scope. And there are two options here. A private visibility scope means that only I, the user who's currently logged into Nerdio Manager, will be able to see this custom view. Or if I wanted to make it available to everybody who is a user of Nerdio Manager for Enterprise, then I could change it to public. Let's go ahead and keep it private for now. Then we choose the sort order. So the sort column that we want to sort by, let's say, is going to be name. We can choose our sort direction, either ascending or descending. We can choose our page size. For example, I want to see all of my host pools on a single page, up to 100 on a single page. And then we get down into really fine-tuning the scope and the filters of what we want to see. For example, we can say we want to see all host pools across all workspaces, or we can choose specific workspaces that we want to include in this filter. So you may have a list of 20 different workspaces, and you may want to see all the host pools across 5 of them or 10 of them. You would select them in this list. In my case, I'm going to select any, which means obviously all workspaces. Then I'm going to choose the type of host pools I want to see. And there are two types, dynamic and static. Dynamic is definitely the most common one. Then I can add a search string to narrow down my results. So maybe I want to see host pools that have a certain string in their name. I'm going to leave that empty for now and show you how to edit that in just a minute. Then I get to choose my desktop experience. For instance, I may want to see all types of host pools. I may want to see only personal host pools, only multi-user pooled host pools, really any combination. So for our example, I will select all of them. And then I can select all the various resource groups. So I can actually narrow my view by resource group. In my case, I'm going to leave it as any. And finally, I have the option to set this view as my default page. My default page will be what will open up when I first open up Nerdio Manager for WVD. Currently, it goes to the workspaces page. But if I wanted this new custom view called all host pools to be my first default page, then I would check this box. So let's go ahead and do that and click OK. So what you'll notice is my page will reload, and I will now have a new page on the left side in my left navigation menu all the way at the top called all host pools. And now I have an all host pools custom view visible here. Now, if I click on this, it will do what we expect it to do. It's going to bring all the host pools across all the workspaces into a single view. We have all of our host pool types listed here. We don't have any resource group limitations, and you will see our page size is set to 100. Our sort order is name ascending, and we don't have anything in the search. Now, let's say I wanted to always search by the word apps in the name, or maybe the word app, right? So I have two pools that match this particular filter. I could go back to the Nerdio environment and just add that filter, or I could simply click this little star up here in the panel, and this is going to be my edit custom view, and you will see that it automatically read that we have a filter applied with a search string of app. If I click OK, that's now going to become my default. And if I were to reload Nerdio Manager for Enterprise to the main page, you will see it will automatically go to our new custom view with the filter that we've selected. Now let's go ahead and create a custom view from an existing page. So for instance, if we go into workspaces and we go into this page, and we want to sort by, or we want to exclude everything but our personal host pool. So we have 4 of them on this list. And then we can click the little star. This little star will give us the ability to create a new custom view. Let's call this personal host pools. We'll select our private. It already knows we only want to see personal, and let's click OK. And now you see I have a custom view called personal host pools that's going to show us all personal host pools across all the various workspaces that were selected. In our case, I believe we only selected 1. That's right. And then we can add another one if needed. Let's look at another example. Let's go ahead and create a custom view that's going to show us all session hosts from across the environment. So let's call it all session hosts. We are going to make it 100, page size of 100 across all of the workspaces, all of the host pools, no search string limitations. We can select which statuses we want to see. For example, if we wanted to see all the VMs that are currently unavailable, let's go ahead and do that. Whether or not they're in drain mode on, drain mode off, how many users are on them, whether they have connected sessions or no connected sessions, and we can even filter by date provision. So let's go ahead and click OK. We now have a personal host. I meant to say personal, all session hosts right there. So if we click on all session hosts, this is going to show me all of my session hosts that are in unavailable state. Now, if I wanted to look at only the hosts that are in available state, not unavailable, but only ones that were provisioned in, let's say, from January 1st, 2020 through December 31st of 2020. So I want to see only hosts from last year. I can do that. And now you'll be able to see those hosts listed right there. So that is our session host view. And then we also have the option to go into creating a custom view using user sessions. When creating a custom view of user sessions, this is useful to see user sessions by name or by host, by active or disconnected, across one or more workspaces, and then subsequently across one or more host pools. And again, we can make this as the default. Once these host pool custom views are defined, you can see that they have a particular sort order. The order by default is the order in which they were created. So we have our all host pools, our personal host pools, and all session hosts listed right here. And then what we can do is we can actually move this up and down. We can reorder them the way we want, and then click on this Save Order button, and that is going to reorder them in the way that we specified. And then if we wanted to remove our custom view, it's obviously as simple as just removing them, and those options are now gone. So this is the new custom views option that really lets you customize and specify exactly what you want to see when you load Nerdio Manager to get a easier to navigate experience across large AVD environments. Hope you found this useful, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos.